doing two back-to-back brother and sister Siberians. They both get different haircuts. This one is Amos. He's getting the velvet lion with a full tail. And his sister, Mera, is going to get a comb cut, which leaves it a little bit longer and with a full tail as well. So, anywho, how you doing, buddy? On their grooming notes, it says they're both at natural temperament, but they're both a bit of a squirmer. So far, not so much. We'll see. We'll see where the squirm worm comes into play, but currently it's not happening right now. And that's the beauty of the grooming notes. They can be adjusted, updated, reversed, you know, just to stay up to date on what's happening with the cat, right? I call it a navigation chart. And that navigation chart is what allows me to offer a low stress grooming for every client, not just, you know, the good ones, right? So, anywho, we're doing the whatnots first. All of the prep stuff. Nails, but here we go. I'm gonna pick up my safety clipper right there. Hi, hi. Yes, I have a specific sanitary clipper, right? There. Tail is going to be kept full. I'm just going to run a little lay pooch brush through that. All right. Ready, steady, here we go. Velvet Blade 7F, made by Wall, competition series. This is my favorite because it has those built-in ridges. Okay. All right, lion. So we're gonna see where the mane starts and the body, where that separation is, right? Just look for that and then start right at that point. We call this the velvet cut because it leaves the length of velvet. It's a popular favorite in the winter months for the cat clients who are coming in for their lion cut. Just that little bit extra fur seems to make a difference to the owners. It's fun with that, I guess. I don't know. They're both very sweet, very shy cats, right? So how's everyone doing? Today I'm doing something different. I'm going to be doing a double live. So we're currently working with UV2B. The sound is on. The comment section is available to do text to speech. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this live because I can only have a conversation with, I don't know, I don't see how I'm going to be able to do a double conversation. But we'll just take it one day at a time, right? Maybe something will come up where to help me figure out how to navigate my social media, right? So far, the squirm worm has not even surfaced, so I'm not really sure. Now, it could be that the owner has decided to look into the 324 pre-treatments. 324 is code. Just use the alphabet to crack it, right? What does 3 mean in the alphabet? C. What does 2 in the alphabet mean? D. No, C. B. Hello. God forbid I get pulled over by a cop and they tell me to recite the alphabet backwards. Who the hell can even do that? My brain doesn't work that way, right? Can you just imagine? You just imagine. So maybe the owners have decided to look into it and order it to try to treat what apparently is supposed to be 2 squirm worms, right? So I'll know more when the owner comes back for pickup. She didn't mention anything at drop-off, so we'll see. We'll see. They're always constantly moving parts, these kitties. Yeah, constant moving. Hi. He's like, and you are? What do you mean? You know who I am. I think it starts with an S, right? Yeah. Good job, buddy. Good job. All right, ready, steady. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hi, hi. This is Amos. He's one half of a brother and sister duo who's coming in for their 2 separate haircuts. He's getting the velvet lion and his sister is getting the orange liger cut. So anyone, I think if you were a groomer, you might understand what orange means, right? Maybe. But when we do haircuts on cats, we combine 2 things. What is the length and what is the pattern? And that would indicate the service request, right? So for this guy, the pattern is the lion, but the velvet is the length, right? So hence the velvet lion cut, right? Oh, here we go. Now I did put that velvet blade down because it's just simply not safe to be using around any of these tricky bits, right? So I put that down and picked up a semi-safety clipper, you could say. The Codis. Wow. Wow. He's like, I don't know what's happening, people, but I'm getting seasick. Really? Well, wait till you get in the bath. He's like, dope. Can't we skip it? No. No, your mommy brought you to a trained cat grooming salon, so most all of our cat clients get washed. He's like, dope. I would say one out of 10 of our cat clients, they might come in for a dry grooming, and 9 out of 10 are with the full bath and groom, right? Which is the complete opposite if you were to take your cat to a untrained dog groomer who happens to advertise cat grooming because they don't have a problem with that, you know, falsely advertising services. Apparently it's a crime in this country, but somehow they get away with it. Their motto, operation modem, is 1 out of every 10 cats will be washed, 9 out of 10 no, right? So they skip 3/4 of the groom. A full grooming is 4 steps. Pre-cut, if they're getting a cut, wash, dry, final finish, right? So pre-cut, wash, dry, final finish, 4 steps, right? 4 steps. If you're going to bring your cat to a salon where they skip 3 out of the 4 steps, you might want to question them, why are you charging me full services when you've only done 1/4 of the job, right? And they have all kinds of excuses as to why they charge so much money for cat grooming. One is, oh, I could get bit. Really? What's that? It's not possible for you to get bit if that is on the cat. So that mutes that point, right? Oh, I could get scratched. Well, if you incorporated fear-free techniques or put on those sleeves. That's not possible either. That meets that point. So every single narrative is a mute point, right? That's all I'm trying to say. Just saying. Just saying. All right, little one. We gotta get him up just a little bit. Get these legs put in. Keep his little booties. He couldn't be any sweeter. Thank God his grooming notes that he's a squirm worm aren't going into full effect, because I have a ripped muscle in my back, and working on two squirm worm tests would not help the matter, right? Currently have a hot patch on there. It's been a week. Takes a long time when you have a rip or a tear in your muscle for it to finally heal. And that usually happens to me as a groomer when I have a cat who lunges straight for me, which is very rare. Very, very rare for a cat to lunge straight for me. But see, that never happened. So I am at a loss to explain why my back has a tear in one of the muscles. So it is what it is. Don't know. Don't know. He is almost there. We got him in the pattern of the lion, in the length of the velvet. Now all he needs is his bath. And then while he's sitting in his dryer box watching his sister, we're going to be putting his sister in the orange liger cut. Right? There. There. We could get rid of these little fuzz bunnies. That way they don't mat up into his coat while he's having his bath. He's like, I thought we were skipping that part. Nope. Nope, in your dreams. In your dreams. Here we go. Now this part's going to be tricky since we're working with two phones. We're doing 2 lives today. So, right this way. This is going to be a mental challenge for me. Having to figure out how this all works. I think you go there. And then you go there. Alright. Double live. Alright, next step. Second step is the back. There. Okay, let's start with some pink paw powder degreaser. That head, that mane, that lion's mane. That's kind of like the cherry on top of the banana split sundae. So we want that chef's kiss, right? Hey, Two Skulls. How are you? I didn't hear you come in. This is Amos. Oh, there you are. How you feeling? You better? I know you were coming down with something a little bit last week. Oh, much better. Yeah. Hi. I thought you were supposed to be a squirm worm. He's like, nah. Must be, those squirm worm notes must be for his sister. I may have screwed up and put some of his grooming notes on her file. Whoopsies. We'll see. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. Oh, so you're still sick, Two Skulls? I'm sorry. Sorry. I was sick for 3 weeks with that thing, whatever everyone else was getting. I finally went, and the weird part is I don't get sick. I think it's mind over matter because I am my business, right? I don't have staff, I don't have employees, I don't have anyone I can call to sub, to come in and do my job for me, right? And I can't afford to get sick. Otherwise everything gets shut down, right? So I don't get sick, but I got sick. I got what everyone else got. And I had it for like 3 weeks. And it got to the point where I was like, I can't take this anymore, right? So I went to a clinic and asked for what I knew worked for my body, which is penicillin. And they're like, nah, we're not gonna give that to you. I'm like, what do you mean? No, we got something else. I'm like, what do you mean, like? No, like amoxicillin. I'm like, no, you're not giving me that. Why? Because I'm a cat groomer. I have developed probably an immunity to amoxicillin from all of the cat bites that I used to have, you know, before I decided to learn about fear-free cat grooming. Yeah. Once I started learning about fear-free cat grooming, all of the bites just magically disappeared. Huh, go figure, right? So within 3 days, I demanded that the doctor give me the penicillin, which is what I asked for, because I knew that still worked for me. And she started hemming and hawing. Finally, I just said, I went Godzilla on her ass. Her mouth dropped open. She left the room and she came back and said, thank you very much. You can pick your prescription up at Walgreens. Yeah. 2 days later, I was fine. Right? That's all it took. About 3 days on penicillin. Right? Anywho, that was the first wash. That is what we call the degreasing shampoo. We do a wash, rinse, repeat. So that first wash is the degreasing shampoos. Not to be confused with the degreaser, which is on the head of the cat, right? He's like, what's going on, people? What's happening? Alright, second beauty treatment. We started with the pink pawpaw degreaser, and now we're going to do a little bit of the whitening. Optical brightening, I should say. Right? Which really pops when you put it on anything black or white. An optical brightening shampoo can brighten and lift any color cat. There. There's Amos. Like the famous chocolate chip cookie? He's like, yeah, he's my uncle. Really? Wow. Wow. Celebrity in the house. Famous Amos. I've never had going Godzilla never worked for me. 2 schools. I usually get what I want when I go Godzilla. It's the whole purpose of it. Have I ever gone Godzilla and not gotten what I want? Yeah, once. I was so defeated. Oh, yeah. Wee-hee, little chickies. Little chinny chin chin. Little cheeky. Wee-hee. Yeah, he's gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Gorge. Gorge. Now we're just going to get the head caught up with the body for that first lather. You do a wash, rinse, repeat, right? Alright, final finishing, wash, rinse, and this is the repeat. But when we do the repeat, we're going to go with a finishing shampoo. The one I'm using for Amos is the La Pooch Puppy. One, it's a beautiful, beautiful shampoo. It was Sally Hawk's house shampoo, in case you're in the industry and you know who she was, right? It's tearless, it's texturizing, and it's just an overall beautiful, beautiful shampoo. I am adding the Chubbs bar. It is unscented, so it doesn't interfere with the fragrance of what I'm using, right? And then, of course, if you are going to use anything with a fragrance, it has to be very light. That little nose is only about, what, 1,000 times stronger than humans, right? So you really don't want to use anything with that high perfume product that you get for dogs, right? You don't want to use that. Every one of the Le Pooch shampoos is a light. There isn't anything, in my opinion, that's strong in the Le Pooch line. Which is why when I crossed over from dog grooming to cat grooming, I took with me about 5 of the Le Pooch shampoos to use with my cat grooming, right? That would be F&T, Mera, Pooch Bright, the optical brightening, La Pooch Puppy, the Hypo, and what else? The VIP, yeah. The VIP is a fragrance shampoo and also a spritz, right? And the base line of the VIP is a fragrance from a flower from Japan called the osmanthus flower. So that was my house shampoo and fragrance when I used to be a dog groomer. It was the VIP, right? Because I had a Japanese theme dog grooming salon. Yipper. Started off with just doing baths, right? Because that's what I was. I was a dog bather for my mother and my aunt's shop, right? And then I slowly learned how to groom the dogs, right? So, all done. All done. Yeah. This is Cool Hand Loop Temperament. Paul Newman. Yeah, we're going to have to update his file that he's Cool Hand Luke. Good looking show cat. Paul Newman. Right? You want to see the movie? I don't like the ending. Great movie. Prepare to get triggered. All done. Alright, wash, rinse, repeat, and rinse. That is part of grooming. It's a 4-step process. The initial cut down, bath, drying, final finish, right? That is a proper groom. It's like going to a store and asking for a birthday cake, but then they don't put any icing on it. No happy birthday, no candles, no nothing, right? That's the equivalent of not offering all of the full services, right? All you get is a cake with nothing on it. Just something basic, generic. And it was for your 2-year-old. How happy do you think your 2-year-old would be about having a cake with no frosting, candles, right? It's kind of like that. All right. Alrighty. Did it, Ma? Yes, you did. Now let's try this again. This is where it gets tricky. All right, this way. He's like, what's happening now, people? Well, we heated up your dryer box. Right? That goes there. That goes there. Yep. We're going to get you in that dryer box where you can just chillax and watch your sister being burned. Yepper. Waka 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 waka. Cool hand loop, buddy. You're just awesome. He's like, why, thank you. That's what all the ladies say. You are cool hand loop, aren't you? He's like, maybe. Maybe, baby. Do 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 do. Do 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 do, maybe baby. Da 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 da. All right, we're just going to pull out his mane, do his eyes and his ears. Just kind of give him a little fluffing, right? Before we put him in that dryer box. Do 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 do. Santa baby, yeah. Yipper. Did you miss me, Two Skulls? What you been up to? What you been up to? Ready, steady, here we go. All right, let's try and open up that tail. Pink Pow Pow grooming spray, just a little dab will do ya. And then just open that tail up a little bit. Aww. Okay. Yeah, I missed it too. Here we go. Everything's pretty much opened up. Now that box does nothing to blow his boots out, so sometimes I'll blow them out before he goes in. Sometimes I'll blow the boots out after the cat comes out. Just depends. Okay. If you wanted maximum polish, maximum feline frosting, you would blow those boots out so there's no kink in the coat and you just get maximum chef's kiss. Yeah. Yipper. Almost the same as if you were to allow your hair to dry naturally versus getting it blown out, right? The look is completely different, right? A little bit more subtle with the cats than with humans, but I see it. I see it. All right, here we go. Put you in there. Put you in there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There. Ready, steady, here we go. Wow. Wow. Right now you get to sit and laugh at your sister, right? He's like, I would never. No, you're a good brother. There. There, there. You good? He's like, I'll be alright. You want a chewy? I made a little chewy window. Alright, here you go. You want some? Yes, no? No. You see it? He's like, nah. You got tuna instead? Don't. He just said no to the churro. It's alright. Maybe later. Maybe later. Alright, so his sister is called Mera. She's going to be getting the orange liger cut. And it's a little tricky. That haircut is a little tricky. Not every groomer is going to be offering it. And the ones that do, yeah. There's a lot of steps. There's a lot more steps to it. Put it that way, right? Instead of doing like a double tier cake, you're doing like a 10-layer cake, right? It's kind of like that. All right. There you go. He'll be in there while we're working on his sister. Anyway, we gotta go back to here. Ooh, that almost fell into the shampoo. There. Do that, do that, do that, do that. Alright, so we're back at the bathing area. Oh, hi! I didn't realize I had pushed that button.
Yeah, honestly, they all sound the same. There, and there. So that's not it.
Oh, solo mio. Here, I'm gonna have to turn that down. There. Someone jumped on my live on the other live. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is just get the bath area ready for the sister. We've got the new duck. We just need to redo the final finishing shampoo, which is going to be the same, the La Pooch puppy. The comb cut, you want to use a texturizing shampoo, right? Which is what the La Pooch puppy is. So it's also a perfect comb cut for shampoo, right? So the La Pooch is ready. We do that. Oh, solo mio, Alright, so that's all set. Alright, we have everything we need for when Amos's sister is going to be getting her bath. Her name is Mera. And then over there is where they're sitting, where the sister is sitting, getting her downtime of Fellaway, right? So that's what we do. We do downtime with Fellaway. before we do anything else with the cat, right? All right, here we go. Mera's in the house. Alright. We just gotta take care of one simple matter. Hey, hey. Mera. So we have someone else who's joined our live on the other channel, and I can't seem to get him to leave. So, why are you here? Why are you here? Hello? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah. Because you like to watch pussies being washed? Is that why? Uh-huh. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. Oh, you had to tell your woman that, right? Now I'm in trouble. Shit. Alright. Anyway, this is Mera. Are you the squirm worm? She's like, maybe.
Oh, that kid is so cute.
Yeah, her name is Mera. His sister. Okay? Anyway, I can't seem to kick that guy off the live, so I'm stuck with him. Oh, solo mio. Yep, you would be the squirm worm. Yeah. She's gonna try and give me a bear hug the entire time she's being groomed. So she's the squirm worm. Alright, we're going to pick up the sanitary clipper, go in here, clear that out. There. Done. Open that up a little bit. Where is what? Where is what? There. Oh, I'm doing a double live. So I'm doing YouTube and I'm doing something else right now. So, all right, comb cut. We're gonna use this orange and go in reverse. See if that gets this party started. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this while she tries to hug me the entire time. Yee. Hello. She's just bear hugging me the whole time. Oh my god. Really? She's like, yeah, I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive. Oh my. How are we gonna get her done? However way we can, right? Not your typical cat. Oh my god. Yeah. There we go. Oh my. Okay. Now, I'm going to put that orange down. And I'm going to put the blue on. It's one step shorter. And we're going to do one step shorter for everything else. Why are you on a cat grooming channel? That's the answer to that question. Now, gentle scruff. If we're going to use this scruff, it better help the grooming, not make it worse, right? Yeah, sometimes it can help facilitate it. I would say of the over 1,000 navigation charts of my clients, maybe 6 of them say to use a gentle scruff. And I'm the one who talks about techniques, right, people? So if I have over 1,000 navigation charts and only 6 of those charts say to use a scruff, how effective is that technique, people? But yet, that's the one technique that's used over and over again when you bring your cat to an untrained groomer. They're fully trained in dog grooming, right? They don't feel the need to learn get any training for cat grooming. Yeah. If they did, they would understand just how ineffective the technique is. It might help compensate for their lack of skill, right? So that would be the main crutch of a groomer using a scruff, is to compensate for them not knowing any other techniques, right? Yeah. Bottom line is, for my salon, as long as the cat is groomed to high spec and low stress levels, however way you get there, right? It's like saying, I want to go to New York. So you pull your map out, right? There's so many different ways you could go, right? Well, pick one. Every one that you pick is going to get you to New York, but they're all going to have different scenery, different routes, different times that it takes to get there, right? Yeah. Bottom line is, you just need to get to New York. Right? Doesn't matter which one you pick. Well, it would matter if you need to get there as fast as possible. If that's the case, you're going to take the quickest route, right? See how calm she became? Or compliant? It's Mera. I guess she just needed a little bit of direction. She didn't really seem to know what she was supposed to do, so giving her that little bit of direction really helped her, right? Alrighty. You did it. Almost. Almost. Oh, solo mio amaro. Alright. Assume the position there, little lady. She's like, what do you mean by that? There. No more hugging. There. There, there, there. There, there, there. We're just going to put in a quick shape. Waka waka. Waka waka. You put your feet down. Shake, yeah. Good girl. Mm-hmm. Waka waka. Eat it. Alright, that's done. I'm going to work on her points right now, where all of the parts of the body connect to the appendages, right? Sometimes with a cat like Mera, you want to get as much done as possible before the bath. So there's not as much finishing that needs to be done after the bath. She's a bit of a squirmer, right? It's all about strategy. When you're grooming cats, you just need to strategize what's going to work best for each different temperament, right? And we got her right where we want her, so let's just take advantage of that. Waka waka. Okay. And belly. Are we there yet? Pretty much. Side. She's just trying to give me a bear hug the whole time. You did it, pretty much. We skipped one part. We'll do that later. All right, you ready? She's like, for what? You're gonna get your bath. She's like, great. That's just freaking great. Why can't we skip it? No. No. We're not skipping. We're not skipping nothing. She's like, but. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. There. There. It's a little tricky to double live. There. Alright, there we go. Now, what do we do first? Happy hoodie? She's gonna want to try to hug me the entire time. So I may need to counter that. I'm going to do an open noose that counters her movement this way, and that keeps it's an open noose with a little pad in front. If she keeps trying, then it's no longer a technique, right? But seems to have diverted her for now. Great. And bubbles. Tiny bubbles. Normally I do a degreasing around the head, and she's in a good place right now, so we're just going to leave everything the way it is. Well, no, she's a repeat client. Two Skulls. She's a repeat client. We don't need to do the bath test with her, right? It is our default setting. So we start off every bath that way because it has the highest yield. That's the kind of the way it works here in our salon. We work with a King of the Mountain mode technique. So whatever works best is what we go to first for our default, right? Capiche? Capiche. So this pedestal technique has the highest yield. Yield in keeping the cat at low stress levels, right? Mm-hmm. Waka waka. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Isn't that a little early? Isn't that a little early in the day, Two Skulls? Hmm? You celebrating something? Alright, wash, rinse, repeat. We're working on the debrising. We're using the exfoliating glove because it's the best way to clean short hair fur, or the equivalent of short hair fur, which is a comb cut, right? Waka waka. Waka waka. Waka waka. Here, we gotta do something real quick. Give me 1 second. Alright. Oh, solo mio. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There. Mm-hmm. There. There. That's one technique. Just go under the arm. If she continues, it's no longer a technique. Let's divert her attention and go straight to her head. Oh, solo mio, my Thank you, Daryl. Daryl the duck. If you don't know who Daryl is, very, very handy little bath making, bubble making tool, right? Just look at it. Look at all the bubbles. Hello, how's everyone doing? Yeah. And you can go fuck yourself, TikTok. Yeah. TikTok, you know, the app where I had worked for 4 or 5 years, 200,000 followers, completely eliminated and wiped my entire account. And when I asked for it back, they said, who? TikTok said, who? We don't know who you are. We have no history of you, really. They're now refusing to allow me to go live. Yeah. You are going to get slapped with a class action lawsuit shortly. Now, what are you going to do about that, Oracle, new owner of TikTok? Oh, that's right. You got everyone to sign a contract stating they wouldn't. Remember? Remember when you all got that contract to sign before it would open up your account? Yeah. Yipper. Yeah. Here we go. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. You did it. Head is done. Yeah. And we're just going to put the happy hoodie back on. Right? So she's a sensitive gal. Right? She's a sensitive kind of gal. And happy hoodies are going to help her. Right? She's like, yeah, I'm a princess. A real life true princess. I know. Alright, La Pooch Puppy is going to be the second. And we're using 2 texturizing shampoos. The La Pooch Puppy with the unscented Chubb's Bar. That way it doesn't interfere with the scent of the La Pooch Puppy, which is divine, right? Divine. Wee. One of the secrets to a good comb cut or teddy bear cut or whatever you want to call it, bush cut, comb cut, is a good wash, followed by a good drying, right? Yeah, that's so funny. The minute you call TikTok out on their little reindeer games, yeah. As soon as you call TikTok out on their little reindeer games, somehow they instantly correct the problem. She's like, are we there yet? Almost. Just about. Almost. Give it 2 minutes and you'll be out of here. She's like, you promise? Yeah. Promise. Oh, Salon. You did it. You did it. I'll take it off. She's no longer trying to leave, so I'm going to just take that off. That usually counters her. Now she's starting up again. The minute you take it off, she knows. So that's why it becomes an effective technique. Once you use it, the animal stops, almost like a dog, and it becomes a technique. It is no longer a technique when you try to do that and the cat is flailing and trying to get away. That is not a technique, right? It's capiche, capiche. Yeah. We're going to take it at her pace, right? So if you go at the cat's pace, maybe not your pace, but if you do the cat's pace, it's easier for them to process and they're more comfortable with each and every step that you take, right? You do too many steps at once and they can't process, they go into overloop, they push their panic button, and they're out. They're out. I saw that on the news the other day, Two Skulls. What happened to all the seeds? There's no more seeds anywhere. No grapes. There's no seeds in any of the grapes. Like, where are they? Where are they? What's happening to our food supply? They've disappeared. No, you don't. No, you don't. And rinse. And rinse. And rinse. You did it. I know. I caught her up in the Appalachian Mountains. So, she's a brave little princess. Yeah, brave little princess. She's terrified of everything. So, she's being very brave right now. And I didn't do anything to scare her, so that was the technique. I didn't use any technique that scared her, right? All right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I did it, Ma. I did it, Ma. Here we go. All right. Now this is going to be tricky. Let's do it this way. There we go. Right this way. There. There's the brother. There's the brother. There. Wee-hee. I think I did that right. Alright, you ready to go join your brother? She's like, yeah. Where's he at? It's right there. See him? Cute as ever. Cute as ever. Alright, we're going to do a 2 towel route. Yeah, the quicker we can get her dry, the better. Alright, get her out of that. The first towel wrap I usually only use for 1 minute. And then replace it with a nice dry one. Okay. You did it. You did it, little one. She's like, I did what I do. You got wrapped in a burrito. She's like, that feels good. Do your ears. Do your ears. Waka waka. Waka waka. Wee. Other side. All right. Are we there yet? No. Not quite. Almost. Almost. Let's open up your tail. A little bit of pink pom-pom spray. We're just going to open that tail up so it'll dry faster. No, 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 no. Here you go. Ha-da-da-da. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Yeah, I think they're both from the same litter, if not from the same breeder, right? Wow. Are we getting a hug? She's like, yeah. She's like, I love you. No, you don't. You just want me to get you back in your carrier. She's like, well, that too, but I love you. Sure you do. Why don't you believe me? You're a cat. Alright. Ready, steady, here we go. You gotta get out of the way, little one. There. Better. 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 God, you're gorgeous. You are gorgeous. He needs a little fluffing. Like I said, that dryer box does nothing to blow those boots out. It dried them a little. I won't have to blow them out as long. So, waka waka. Wham. That's the extra small happy hoodie, and then this is a large. And then we roll that back, and now you got triple protection with just 2 happy hoodies, right? Ready, steady, here we go. Oh, thank you. So we went with a 7F for the velvet, right? What I'll usually do is just go in reverse with the 2 comb, just to kind of top it off and get it to cut a little bit more evenly. Okay. It's just so much easier to go with the either the 7F or the 4F with the grain, and then touch it up with a comb cut afterwards. It's just faster. Anything that makes the cat grooming faster, and you're a cat groomer, is something you want to pay close attention to, right? Wow. This is Amos for anyone. And that's Mera. They're both Siberians, and they're both getting 2 different haircuts. He's getting the velvet lion. She's getting the orange, or I would say blue liger. There. Waka waka. And then we'll do everything else with that. We should go 1 step shorter. Oh, thank you. What's that? Thanks, Gwen. Thank you so much. These cats are really sweet-natured cats, so it makes everything a lot easier for the grooming, and it's better viewing pleasure for you when you're watching a live cat grooming. It can be quite upsetting when you're watching a cat grooming and your cat's stress levels are not quite where they should be, right? Which is going to happen here on this channel occasionally. Usually when you see us grooming a cat at high stress levels, it's because they've never been here before, and we don't know what techniques are going to work for that cat. And in some cases, we don't know if that cat is a candidate for pre-treatment, because sometimes it doesn't matter how much you know or how many techniques you know, nothing is going to help keep that cat at low stress levels, right? Unless you pre-treat through the owner, right? Capiche? Capiche. So about 1 out of every 4 of our cat clients who comes to our salon, I can groom them, but my preference is to groom them at low stress levels, which is not possible if they're not pre-treated by their owner. So 1 out of 4 cat clients is pre-treated by their owner. Right? Mera and Amos, they're both at natural temperament. That's what the NT stands for in the title of this video, right? It means natural temperament. Waka waka. You did it. 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 He's like, I'm not comfortable. Try again. So we're missing a whole part of that booty. Notice how she started acting up the minute he started acting up? It's like they're both connected. Yeah, they're very close. Goated. Left driver's side wheel, right? Why do I leave that for last? Anyone want to take a gander as to why I leave that for last? Or one of the last things? Yeah. You know, likey. I think it's because cats are all left-handed. That's what I think. I think they're all southpaws. Most of them. Most of them. Alright, you don't have to tell me more than 5 times. Right. Wow. 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 You did it. 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 Did it. All right, let's fluff them off. It's my finishing dryer. Ooh-ah. Alright, one velvet lion. Let's just check his mane, get him in his carrier, and then start on Mera. That dryer is not going to get her fully dry, but it will get her started. I won't have to blow her out as long, right? At least something is happening while she's waiting for her final finishings, right? Something is progressing her forward and getting her closer to getting finished. I'm just doing a little bit of frosting with the thinning shears just to give it a much prettier finish. All right, you did it. Say goodbye to Amos. Yeah, good buddy. Good buddy. Good buddy. Wait, this way. Okay. We gotta fluff her out, but I'm not sure which one to use. I would like to be able to use the Salon dryer, which is about 10 times more power than this, right? So. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're regulars. They've been here a few times. This is what they get every time, right? Do 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 do. Alright, ready, steady. We'll probably just layer her up in some happy hoodies and then blow her out with the Shalandy before we do her final finishing. I tried to get her as close to the final finish as possible, but she's a little bit of a princess. Here we go. We're getting her full body hug right now. Oh. Full body. Full body. I know. She needs her fix. She needs her fix. Mera, little brave princess. She's like, I am? Yeah, you're brave. And how's that song go? I am brave. She's like, I'm not. I'm scared shitless. No, you don't need to be. No, your brother's right there watching everything you're doing. He's right behind me. She's like, but if something happens, how's he going to get out of the carrier to help me? No, nothing's going to happen. Ready, steady, here we go. All right, we'll start with the baby step first. Sometimes it's more successful to get to the more powerful dryer by using a softer dryer first. Get that going. Get her used to that. And then graduate over onto the Salon dryer, right? Yeah. That's called strategy. Strategy. That off. My goodness. She needs a trophy after that, right? You waiting for your trophy? She have some ice cream. No, you don't have any ice cream. Take that off. One out. Yee. Okay. Up, someone went to the basement. Vanished to the basement. Thank you, Two Skulls. Like a pack of piranhas swimming around, waiting for the first sign of some kind of weakness, you know, blood. And the minute they see it or smell it, in for the kill, right? Human nature is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Yet you act like a pack of goddamn piranhas. It's disgusting. You haven't been enlightened yet. Alright. I just gotta go pee. I'm gonna throw her in there for just a second. And as soon as I come back, I'm gonna do all the final finishings. I got her as close to a final finish as I could before her bath and dry. Just because of the way she is emotionally, right? So make sure we have everything we need before I come back. Think we're there. Bye. Alright, Two Skulls, you hold the fort. Hold down the fort. Give me 2 seconds and I'll be, well, 2 minutes, I guess. And I'll be right back. There. Alright, and you guys, children are to be seen and not heard. That's all I have to say to you people. Alright, let's just get her cat carrier ready. Oh, hello, thank you. Alright, so I'm going to put a liner right in here. Mera? No, Mera's really small. She's a little Siberian female. She's not very big at all. Brother is. Alright. She's not calm, but we're using techniques soon as she gets out of here, she's gonna need a hug. Right? If you call this calm, no. Mm-mm. This isn't calm. Mm-hmm. All right, we're there. We're there. Right there. I'm just waiting for her to let go to say it's okay to start the grooming, but she doesn't want to. Mm-hmm. You got this. You got this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go this way. That's it. How about this? A little bit of heat. Turn the heat on. She's gonna be drawn towards the heat and not me. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Just taking a guess. Right? What might work? Mm-hmm. Alright, she's getting the blue liger. Blue is the length. Liger is the pattern. Lion, head and mane of a lion. Body of a tiger. So the body is the same length all over, right? Capiche, capiche. Capiche, capiche. We went against the grain with the orange comb, and then we're going to go with the grain, with the blue to finish, and then we're going to do a hand scissor finish. Wow. Well, Raven is not the name of the owner of these cats, so I don't know why people like to play that game. They like to pretend that they're the owner of the cats that are being groomed live, but yeah. The owner is not Raven. Hello. Hello. Oh no, it's just a stupid little game people like to play. I mean, I can go double check, but I can guarantee you her name is not going to be Raven. But nice try, Raven. I'm not sure why you like to play that game. I don't get it. It is what it is. Alright. This is the cat with the squirmworm issues, right? Would you call that squirmworm when the cat just wants to hug you the whole time? I don't know. Usually a squirmworm means the cat's just kind of all over the place trying to get away. She specifically just wants one thing, which is to have a hug the entire time she's being groomed. Which, yeah, makes the level of difficulty, not that anything's difficult, it just makes the time a little bit longer, right? You did it. She said, I did what I do. Well, you're at the end game. She said, what's that mean? It means you're almost done. Do I get my hug? No? No. Just a little bit? Okay. Oh my God. This would be her 10th hug break. Okay. Are we brave? She's like, I feel better. That's all it took? One little hug? She's like, yeah. You really are a princess, aren't you? Yeah. Of royal blood. And from royalty. Yes, I know. I know. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, number 11. Number 11. Mm-hmm. Number 11. Alright, turn around. She does a little bit better that way. Okay. Mm-hmm. She's like, not the butt. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hello. Whatever works, right? If that position works for her, great. If it doesn't, we'll find another one. Whatever works. As long as it keeps the cat at low stress levels, right? Or at a nice tolerance level. Mm-mm. It's tricky. It's just a little tricky. Lord have mercy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We gotcha. So in the cat grooming industry, or pet grooming industry, this style would be called, I'm going to try and remember all of the different names. It would be called a comb cut, kitty cut, plush cut, what am I forgetting? Teddy bear cut. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Two Skulls. So she's the squirmer. Yeah. I'll take it off of her brother's notes, because he just sat there. Cool Hand Luke was his temperament, right? Lord have mercy. Mm-mm. There is a technique to help with cats who are like her, and that's to just put a body hoodie on her, like a large. But that's kind of the area where I'm grooming her right now, so. Mm-mm. You did it. Mm-hmm. Only thing left that we haven't done yet is the underside of this leg. And if I let go, I may lose control of her. Alright, let's get her fluffed with the fluffer. All right. Wire. Oh, hug? Okay. 12. 12 hug. 12 hug. But who's counting? 12 hug, but who's counting? All right. All right, that was number 12. There. Let's fluff her out. Hold on. Meow. You did it. All right, say goodbye to this one. A beautiful, pure princess, little Mera. Get her number 13 hug. Yeah, well, that's just her temperament. Very, I mean, I think I have 2 cat clients who are like this, right? Anyway, let's turn her around so you can say goodbye to her. Say bye-bye. There's Mera. And right this way. There she is. All right, we're gonna put her back in her cat carrier, call the owners. Our next clients will be here. I guess I got done early. We usually start with 15 minutes of downtime. Here, I'll show you. I wish I had a handle where I could hold both of my cameras, because we're doing a double live right now, but only one of you gets to come with me, so we'll take the one that we're having a conversation with. So that is our cat corner, I guess you could call it, where the music is, right? Where they get their fell away. Forgot to spray her. All right. There, and then if there's 2 cats, we usually put them up against one another so they can see and talk and communicate with one another, right? So this is where the cats arrive to get a fell away, which is this right over here. Yeah, and then we'll usually spray that on one of these blankets, little baby blankets, and then just put that over the cat carrier. And then 15 minutes later, that cat is ready for their grooming, right? And it's extremely effective. I was a little poo-poo about that product. Didn't quite believe it until I decided to effectively incorporate it as an essential step, right? And then once I started doing that, I noticed the change immediately. A significant change, right? Cats get really stressed out when you, because one, nobody knows about the 324 pre-treatment products because your vets won't, they can't talk to you about it, right? If you go to the mainlion.live, scroll down to the Common Cat Guide, it'll tell you all about it, right? And then there's 2 links that'll get you a hold of the 324 products, right? Anyway, so when these cats arrive, because they've just been scooped out of their home, they're not like dogs who are like, ooh, we get to go for a car ride, yippee, right? No, cats are terrified. They're OCD. You've just disrupted their entire world and put them in a carrier, put them in a car, and when they get here, they're a little stressed out, right? So that 15 minutes of downtime with the fell away is almost like a beautiful reset button for them, right? Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Hi, we're back on this app as well. We're communicating with a different live right now, right? I don't think I can do communications with 2 at the same time, but we'll see. We'll take it one day at a time. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. We'll be back. Next up is a blue, it's the same exact thing we did with Mera, only the owner is asking for a dry cut. We don't normally offer a dry cut on a comb cut, but There are reasons why certain owners need or want certain things. And so I have made an allowance to maybe allow 1 out of every 10 cat clients to request that dry cut, right? And then the stipulation is if she does need a bath, we'll give her the bath. Normally it's required when you're doing a comb cut, but we'll see. We'll see. Occasionally you'll come across, let's say, like a ragdoll cat. Not a whole lot of oil being produced in the coat. Very easy to get that cat in a beautiful comb cut. And then you can kind of skip the bath. But 90% of the time it is required. You know, if you're doing that chef's kiss, you know, if those are the standards that you have for your salon and you want that chef's kiss at the very end, right? So it's all about what are the standards the groomer applies to their salon and their work, right? Which differentiates the outcome of what goes out that salon door at different salons, because every groomer has their own standard, right? And every groomer has their own training or amount of training, right? Anyway, we'll see you next time. Blue Liger's up next. And then around 3 o'clock today, I don't know what we're doing at 3 o'clock today. There's a question mark next to both cats because they're not quite sure what they want yet, I guess. All right, we'll talk to you soon. It'll basically be haircuts the whole day. Sometimes we'll have days where we're doing nothing but shampoo and blowouts and everyone is kept in a natural coat. Today, they're all haircuts, which is unusual. And, but, say lovey. See you next time. Bye-bye.